Anybody else have that little sprinkle of neurospicy nonsense where you can be completely calm during an actual catastrophe, but folding laundry feels like being personally hunted by the government? Like, put me in the middle of a car wreck, medical emergency, tornado sirens, power outage, somebody bleeding, somebody crying, somebody dying, somebody yelling, and I'm fine, cool as a discount cucumber in a gas station sandwich. I can assess the situation, give instructions, make decisions, stop the bleeding, move the furniture, call the right people, and somehow still remember where the flashlight is. But ask me to answer 2 emails, return a phone call, fold a basket of laundry, and schedule a dentist appointment in the same day? No, absolutely not. That is not a task list. That is psychological warfare in bullet points. I can handle pressure. I can handle panic. I can handle chaos, catastrophe, calamity, crisis, and whatever fresh flaming circus life decides to fling through the front window. But ordinary errands, mundane maintenance, and basic adult administration, no, that's where the wheels come off the emotional shopping cart. Give me a natural disaster and I become the team leader nobody asked for. Give me paperwork and I suddenly need to stare off at the wall for 47 minutes while my brain makes dial-up noises. There's something broken in the wiring here when the life-altering emergency feels manageable, but please make an appointment between 9 and 3 feels like I've been asked to negotiate peace in the Middle East using a coupon, paperclip, and unresolved childhood trauma. And don't even say it'll only take 5 minutes, because that's the devil's favorite sentence. Because it won't take 5 minutes. It'll take 5 minutes plus 3 days of dread, 2 weeks of guilt, 1 unnecessary shame spiral, and then I'll finally do it at 11:43 p.m. while muttering, well, that wasn't so bad. Of course it wasn't. That's what makes it worse. So yes, I can handle emergencies. I can function in chaos. I can become strangely competent when everything is on fire. But regular life admin, no thank you. My brain looked at adulthood and said, I'll take crisis management, but I'm going to need laundry, emails, phone calls, scheduling forms to go straight to hell where they belong.
I've decided I'm done. If a video gets flagged, it gets flagged. If the reach drops, it drops. I'm not testing the waters anymore. I'm done pretending grape means rape. I'm done pretending unalive means suicide. I'm done acting like changing a few letters somehow changes what happened. And the crazy part is we've all gotten so used to talking this way that most people don't even stop to ask how we got here. So I did. And believe it or not, part of the answer leads back to the Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, that guy. See, back in the early days of the internet, companies were trying to figure out a problem that nobody had dealt with before. If somebody posted something illegal online, who was responsible? The person who posted it or the website? And the answer kept changing. In one case, a company wasn't held responsible because it didn't moderate content. In another case, Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, his company sued an early internet platform called Prodigy after users accused his firm of securities fraud. Prodigy tried to moderate content. The court said that made them more like a publisher, and suddenly the internet had a weird problem. If you moderated content, you could get punished. If you ignored it, you could get protected. And Congress looked at all that mess and said absolutely not. So in 1996, they passed Section 230, and that's where things get interesting. Because most people think Section 230 was about protecting speech, and it was. But it also gave platforms broad authority to remove content they considered objectionable. And that's the part that changed everything. Now, fast forward a few decades. The people that platforms really need to keep happy aren't you. They're advertisers, because advertisers are paying the bills. And advertisers generally don't want their product showing up next to somebody who's talking about death, They don't want them next to people talking about sex, violence, politics, war, mental health. Basically anything involving human beings living actual human lives. So creators adapted, not because we wanted to, but because we had to. Suicide became unalive. Rape became grape. Sex became segs. And somewhere along the way, we all started acting like this was normal. But lately, I've been thinking about how strange that actually is. Because rape is a real word. Suicide is a real word. Abortion is a real word. Genocide is a real word. Those real words describe real things that happen to real people. And sometimes I think changing the language makes it easier for people to look away from the reality. Then in 2018, Congress passed FOSTA SESTA. The goal was to fight sex trafficking. Nobody's arguing with that goal. The problem is what happened next. Platforms got even more aggressive. Sex education content got removed. LGBTQ resources got removed. People who were just trying to share information suddenly found themselves caught in systems that couldn't understand the difference between education and exploitation. According to a Government Accountability Office report, all of that disruption resulted in exactly 1 federal prosecution. At least during the period that they studied. Just 1. So the more I looked into this, the more I realized something. The internet didn't teach us to talk this way because words are bad. The internet taught us to talk this way because platforms are trying to avoid risk. Legal risk, advertising risk, public relations risk. And maybe that's why I stopped caring so much about whether the algorithm likes the words I'm using or not. Because if I'm talking about rape, I'm gonna say rape. If I'm talking about suicide, I'm gonna say suicide. If I'm talking about racism, genocide, violence, abuse, or discrimination, I'm gonna use the actual words. Not because I'm trying to be rebellious, but because the truth is serious enough without turning it into baby talk.
The car isn't starting. My phone is dead. There's no way of contacting anybody. Like, this is bad.
It's fine. Hey, it's fine. Just breathe. Can't change anything about it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Come on.
Fun fact of the day. The name Wi-Fi is short for nothing. It's not short for anything. The name was created by a marketing company hired by the inventors of the technology to come up with a name that was, quote, a little bit more catchy than the previous name, which was IEEE 802.11b direct sequence. It was only later, after the establishment of the Wi-Fi name, that an artificial lengthening to wireless fidelity was used in certain branding materials.
I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love and I know that it's all I know.
Autistic traits I didn't realize I had because I took them too literally. The fact that autistic people take things too literally. I knew when they said it was raining cats and dogs that it wasn't literally raining cats and dogs. Okay, the origin story of that phrase, it was literally raining cats and dogs, but that's a whole other video. I knew when you said break a leg that you actually meant good luck. Honestly, super weird saying, but also a whole other video. I knew when you said I've told you 1,000,000 times that you actually just meant I've told you a lot. So no, I didn't take things too literally. But if you invited me to go have a coffee, I'd say, I don't really like coffee. If you asked me, why did you do it that way? I would tell you my thought processes as to why I did it that way. If I asked you, are you okay? And you said, I'm fine, I'm gonna assume you're fine. If I run into you and I haven't seen you in years and you go, oh my God, we should catch up soon, I'll call you. I will be expecting you to call and make arrangements to catch up soon. And when you don't call, it's going to make me really anxious and I'm going to be thinking, oh wait, was I meant to call? Like, I swear they said they were going to call. Have they forgotten? What if they're waiting for me to call and they're feeling rejected because I haven't called? I want them feeling bad. Crap, was I meant to call or not? So yeah, it's not that I take things too literally. It's just that I assume that what you said is, well, what you meant.
You're a lesbian? You lucky bitch. It wasn't enough that you are successful and gorgeous. Now you also get to have emotional intelligence and orgasms in your relationships. Some people just really have to have it all, huh? Did you always know? Or, I know. You find out later. Okay, so it's like a gluten intolerance. It can happen at any point. Good. So maybe there is still hope for me. Because I can definitely feel some of the symptoms, like a chronic disappointment and irritation from men. So maybe I'm close. Do you have any tips? Is there like a become a lesbian and 10 easy steps program? Because I would pay money for that. I know, sexuality is not a choice. Show off. I didn't even have to try. I just naturally have good taste. Well, some of us are willing to put in the work to at least try, okay? Maybe it's time you lesbians start thinking of the rest of us straight girls and launch this training program, huh?
Where'd you get the shirt? Tell me, where did you get the shirt? Because I didn't see that coming. If you're able to hide that thing underneath that shirt and no one can see it coming, I'm sure that you can help my friend with his problem too. So tell me, where'd you get the shirt?
He was the one that made us. You'll be the one to save us. Around, welcome to the circus.
All right, Europe, World War III is happening. What do we do?
Okay. First things first. Let's take over India. The hell? Well, I have just one idea. Have we considered calling them?
Please don't call them.
Oh, hey there, guys. We got your text. We're excited to show the difference between nice and polite. Hello, Canada. Please remember Geneva's list this time. Oh, Geneva, that sweet girl. Last time we were here, we checked off everything on her list. They actually added more because we were doing so good. No, that's not the idea. Or bad. I guess this time we'll just have to come up with some creative workarounds. Please, that's not what we mean. 9. Let the man cook. Okay, first question. If we poison all their food, but it's with a naturally occurring bacteria, does that count as a... Glad they're on our sides this time.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count.
你怎么了？钱多多，钱多人怎么了？钱多啊，你舌头怎么了？
Papa, I was just about to. What have you put on my head? I do not like it. You have made me to look like the silly cows, and I am not a silly cows. I am a strong and agile German shepherd. Keine dumme Kuh. Papa, come in here. What have you put on my head? I am a super cool German Shepherd, not a Screech from Savings by the Bells, okay? There will be consequences. Papa, come in here. What the fluff have you put on my face? You have turned my eyes into googlies? Please remove these and return my eyes to non-googly status immediately. Papa, what the fluff have you put on my head? How many times do I have to tell you I am not a silly little cowboy? I'm a strong and agile German Shepherd. Papa, come in here immediately. Look, I'm a dinosaur. A dinosaur.
Miss Layla J. writes, men are some of the most submissive creatures on earth. They join the military, fraternities, gangs, police departments, fire departments, martial arts schools, trade unions, motorcycle clubs, religious orders, sports teams and corporations with strict chains of command, all because they thrive on structure, hierarchy, and clear expectations. As a woman, once you really sit down and think about what that means for you, the possibilities are endless. Unless they actively unlearn that behavior, and now we're talking mainly about white patriarchal society, then they will spend their lives announcing their own rebelliousness, individuality, and freedom, while in fact being a bootlicker. Men reframe these kinds of activities as teamwork, team building, companionship, and loyalty, and having each other's backs. But at the core, that's not actually what it's about. It's not about love. It's not about loyalty, free-willed loyalty. It's about fear, insecurity, and domination. You don't have to look far. Just look at the closest group that you know that are a group of bros. The first thing they do before making a decision is checking in with whoever they consider to be on top of that hierarchy. And those words won't be said out loud, but that is in fact how it works. And this is one of the things that we have seen again and again also play out in liberation movements. Because when white men get involved, they have a hard time taking personal responsibility for their own liberation journey. They look around, is there a charismatic leader here? Who am I supposed to be following? Who is going to give me orders? Who is going to tell me what to do? No one. That's part of true liberation movements. It's not the deifying of one charismatic voice, one leader, someone giving you orders and telling you what to do. And that is, I think, something that many men find very tricky when it comes to social justice liberation movements, because it doesn't, in essence, and at least it shouldn't, act like the military. It doesn't act like a religious order unless there's something very wrong with that movement. Because a true liberation movement should highly value the individual's freedom. It should not crumble and fall apart just because there is dissent, just because there's disagreement, just because there's diversity, or someone refuses to follow orders. When white men get involved in liberation movements, they find this very difficult. And I mean anti-racist education, getting involved in resistance activity, rebelling, they find this very difficult because it is a self-motivated journey. No one's going to stand over you. No one's going to force you to do it. It's not fear-based. It's love-based. The love of other people, the love of justice, the love of doing what is right. It does in fact not come naturally to many boys and men. Men want often to be told what to do, and they love pats on the back or pats on the head from their leaders. They follow in most situations, even though they claim to be natural leaders. They are in fact not. More women are natural leaders than men. And they respond best when there is some sort of, as we said, fear-based structure. Now, none of this has to do with DNA. It has to do with learned behavior. It has to do with a societal learned behavior. And most importantly, it's a white patriarchal, white supremacist characteristic. By the way, there is this fantastic song by an artist called Paris Paloma. The song is called Good Boy. And this song explores that behavior, comparing compliant men to dogs on leashes, praise for their loyalty while doing the bidding of the rigged capitalist machine. How those men who uphold patriarchy ultimately always harm themselves and all men
by feeding into their own loneliness and slavery, and also inflicting that slavery and punishment and domination on everyone else, women and children. The chorus goes, "Mouths open, servants of a higher power. They told him, it's a staircase, it's a tower. Full circle, wagging tails, wearing a collar. Poor madman. That's what happens when you drink salt water. Even the dogs know not to drink salt water." Patriarchy is salt water. The thirstier you get, the more you drink, the faster it kills you.
Welcome to the UNC test. Are you UNC? Let's assess. Answer yes to 10 of these, you flunk. You're UNC. Question 1. Did the school you go to have these rolling TVs? Question 2. Did you ever own a case that held your CDs? Question 3. Have you ever seen these? Question 4. Were you affected when Nick Jonas revealed he had diabetes? Question 5. Do you recognize the man in this pic? 6. Did you have a relationship with this paperclip? Question 7. Do you make your hearts like this instead of this? Have you ever ranked your friends on a top 8 list? Have you ever seen this stuff? Do you recognize this pup? Was this your version of Roblox? Was this your World Cup? Have you ever bopped a bop it, heard an Akon song and dropped it, or got bullied by a girl with one of these inside her pocket? Did you vote on Kelly's season? Give a Tamagotchi feed-in? Did this one commercial scare you for absolutely no reason? Did you grow up watching A Different Blue? Does this still make you bitter too? And lastly, does the following audio trigger you?
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test.
Jared, do you have a... What are you doing?
Helping Milo.
With what?
He's hunting.
Can I sit with Milo?
Sure.
Come here, Milo.
I guess he's sitting with me.
Whoa, Jared!
Sorry, I'm playing with Milo.
We have to go soon. Are you ready to get out of bed?
No.
So I did what any millennial would do. And I got myself some chickens. What do you think? I just got them yesterday. Starting off with just 6.
I also started with 6. I started with 6. Started with 6 chickens. Yeah, that's right.
Tally, it's not storming anymore. You're okay, you made it. Can you calm down a little bit? Can we stop with the crazy eyes? Tally, are you okay? You do not look okay.
Hey, where are you from?
Oh, I'm Lebanese. I'm from Lebanon.
No way, we're neighbors. I'm right next to you.
Are you from Syria?
No, not next to you, under you.
Jordan?
No, that's too far. Closer, closer.
Palestine?
Hey,
أهلا وسهلا, man. Nice to meet you. شرفنا.
You're not from Palestine, only Israel. There's no P in Arabic, so where are you from? Where are you from? Only Israel. You love Israel? שניכם נראים כמו חמאס. You look like Hamas. You love Hamas? You love Hamas?
Do you hear something?
You love Hamas?
Yeah, I think it's a dog. No, dogs are usually cute, so... You're right. This one isn't.
Hamas?
Let's go get some food.
Yeah, حبيبي, يلا.
Be gone! You alright, kid? So you want to join our group? Well, we don't just let anyone in. Ragnar here is gonna test your might.
Alright, kid. Put your hands up and don't hold back, because I won't.
You could use some work, but you're in. Go with Ragnar and he'll show you to the barracks.
two orange cats. One of them has nothing inside his head. The other one was supposed to be the smart one. Except she picked him as her role model. Everyone told me orange girls are smarter than orange boys, and they were right. When Tetra's hungry, she reaches into the treat box and helps herself. When Nanaki's hungry, he licks the floor and chews on cords until someone notices. She's got the brains. The problem is she's decided to use them exclusively for evil. Because the one cat she's ever looked up to is a guy that runs face first into a wall and forgets it happened by the time he collects himself. Take the railing, for example. The railing with a massive drop on the other side. Nanaki walks it constantly because he has no concept of height, gravity, or death. Tetra watched him do it and decided that's who she wants to be. But she is genuinely terrible at it. She's smarter than him in every possible way except this one. And she is worse at balancing than any animal I have ever seen. She almost falls off every single day. And instead of taking the hint, she doesn't know how to quit. She practices. She is using her superior brain to grind at the one skill she has no business attempting. All because this thing did it first. He's a natural. She has to work for it. She's putting in overtime to earn the stupidity he was born with. I asked for an idiot and a genius. I somehow ended up with two idiots. One of them is just doing it on purpose. Follow me if you like cats, I guess.
Alexa, what's the temperature going to be tonight?
Playing the rhythm of the night on Spotify.
I've had enough of you!
Do not worry, I know how to do it. Now the secret is you have to rub the utensils next to each other because all utensils have a small magnetic pull to them, right? So if you were to just share some of the electrons from one to the other, you can get them to stick, right? It's actually super cool. It even works with other utensils, right? You just take the other fork, put it on the bottom here. In all actuality, it's just a tiny magnet on the back. That's all it was. But it's really cool though. I like it.
Okay.
What?
One of my very Catholic cousins asked me, Danny, does it bother you at all that Paul's letter to the Corinthians says you're not supposed to be queer? And I was like, no. I'm not a Corinthian. Like, why are you reading other people's mail and then obeying it? And why is Paul writing letters to entire cultures of people? If your grandma did that, you'd put her somewhere, man. Hey, Graham, what are you doing? I'm just telling the Japanese not to be gay. I learned recently in some religions you can't be cremated or you don't go to heaven. I hope that rule is not true. Because you're dead for a little bit before you get cremated, so you would be in heaven. And then somebody would come up to you and go, hey, your family just burned you gotta go. Come on, out of the pool. But I did everything right. Yeah, it sucks, man. I don't make the rules. Put the chocolate milk down, you're going to hell. Shit, I could have eaten ham. I was talking to my friend who works in a psych ward, and she was telling me how common it is for patients to think that they are Jesus. It's like a really common delusion. Worldwide, in a bunch of psych wards, most of them have one or two dudes that think they're Jesus. It's a huge number of people. It's actually a big enough number that one of them is probably Jesus. Because that was a big thing for him, is that he was like going to come back. You remember that? And now the problem for him is anyone who goes out and says, hey, I'm Jesus, I'm back, they just get put directly into a mental hospital. And it's not like they make sure you're not Jesus. So when he comes back, he's going straight to the hospital with all the other Gezi. And it makes you think, you know, how many times has Jesus already come back and just nobody gave a shit at all? I bet it's dozens, man. I bet Jesus has been administered more Thorazine than anyone in human history. I lease apartments for a living now. Someone called in the other day and said, I need a one-bedroom apartment. This is my budget, and I'm looking for a particular school district. And I said, oh, you have kids? And he said, no. And then I still had to ask all the apartment questions. Okay, do you have any pets? And like 3 minutes into the conversation, it comes up that he's a teacher. And I was like, you should have said that immediately. Because I haven't been writing anything down. I really gave up on you a second ago. There's a big push to like stop teaching anything LGBTQ related in schools, which I think is weird because we're also the country that tells our kids they can be whatever they want when they grow up, like as a career. That's backwards, man. At this point, your kid is way more likely to be trans than successful. Like, you could be president. No, you can't. Come on. Might be gay, though. There's a pretty good chance of that. Lots of people are gay. Almost nobody is the president.
So many things that I wanna say. You know I like my girls a little bit older.
A long-term boyfriend, but I still call him my partner, not for any noble or feminist reasons, but because I want people to know my boyfriend is a little gay. And I think it's important in this day and age for your boyfriend to be a little gay. He's a little gay in that he has platonic female friendships, he goes to therapy, he buys selvage denim, and that's all pretty gay if you ask me. Also, he has sex with men.
Do not worry, I finally got it. They call it the toy that does nothing. Oh my goodness, here it is. What happens? Oh. Okay then. All right, they told me to try multiple at once. Oh my God. Right, okay, cool. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't get it. That's okay.
Hey, Netflix, do you have the movie Pride and Prejudice? Planet of the Apes? Just hang on, I have to type it in one letter at a time. Plinkerdog! Plinkerdonkel! Yeah, Plinkerdonkel. Yeah, okay. Here's movies like Plinkerdonkel. Wait, you don't have it? Why'd you recommend it? Oh, no, I recommend it, but... Do you want to watch Rush Hour 2? Plinkerdonkel streaming. Here are some streaming services for Plinkerdonkel. That one! Hey, Peacock, it's me, Ryan. Can I watch Plinkerdonkel? If you're really Ryan, what 4-digit code did I just text you? Hey, Ryan? Yeah. Love you too. It's 1235. Well, it's nice to have you back, Ryan. Here's Plinkerdonkel. Thank you, Peacock. You wouldn't believe what I've had to... Wait, what's this? A Plinkerdonkel from 1987. Ah! Hey, buddy. Could I join the crew again? I must warn you, this path is fraught with danger, viruses, and foreign captions you can't get rid of. Are you sure? Yes. Like you mean it, boy. Aye, aye, Captain. Welcome aboard, matey.
We take elections seriously, so I can't back a joke candidate with ridiculous policies. So I hope Count Binface beats him.
Guess who waited until nobody was looking to eat an entire rotisserie chicken that was sitting on the kitchen counter and now has to get hosed down because they're having explosive diarrhea?